Let's move on now to some other news. There has been a big setback to the AIADMK's OPS-EPS faction. This after the Madras High Court heard a petition challenging the disqualification of the 18 MLAs who have pledged their loyalties to Sasikala's nephew TTV Dinakaran. Now, what has happened is that the court has issued a notice to Tamil Nadu Speaker P. Dhanapal questioning the disqualification of the 18 MLAs and asking the Speaker why a similar action was not taken against the 12 MLAs, including former Chief Minister O. Selvam, who at that time, during the trust vote that took place in the month of February, clearly defied the party whip and voted against Idupadi K. Palanisamy. TTV loyalist MLAs had been disqualified by the very same Speaker in September, the case which is being heard by the Madras High Court. In fact, Pramod Madhav, India Today's correspondent, got a chance to speak to TTV Dinakaran on the case that is going to be heard at the Madras High Court, the disqualification of the 18 MLAs who have pledged their loyalties to him. This is what he had to say.
You're going to hospital?
Yes.
Sir, about these 18 MLAs case, and there's been a change of judge also. You see,
what is there? Justice will not be changed, and we will get justice. That's all.
How is Madam Sasikala's husband doing right now?
Successfully they have transplantation is over, and going to see him only now.
Right. And what about this particular? What happened with the parole, sir? Why was it like?
No. Yesterday I was told by lawyers because insufficient documents were given, so they are reapplying today.
Reapplying today. When are you expecting her in Chennai, sir?
Mostly tomorrow.
We are also hearing that some sources from Chennai, Tamil Nadu government does not want her to come in parole because it might cause some kind of disturbance with the political situation over here. Is that so?
I don't know. Only I didn't get any information like that.
Right.
Thank you.
Let me go straight across now to India Today's Akshay Anath. And Akshay, it was the DMK's chief whip who had petitioned the court asking why those 11 MLAs, including the chief minister at that time, O. Selvam, why were they not disqualified when they defied the party whip and when together they had voted against Idupadi K. Palanisamy? And that's a logical question to ask, right? If the Speaker has done the same for those 18 MLAs belonging to the TTV Dinakaran camp.
Well, Avantika, it's a very interesting turn of events what has happened now. The court which was hearing the petition of the DMK saying that not only should they entertain this 18 MLA disqualification case, but at the same time they should also listen to why the Speaker did not issue a similar action against OPS plus the 11 MLAs who did not vote for the AIADMK during the floor test that was conducted on February 18th. And that was a time when OPS had spoken against the entire AIADMK, against Sasikala Natarajan, who was then in the helm of affairs. And later on, now, while he has joined hands with EPS, only then has there been action taken against 18 of those MLAs supporting TTV Dinakaran. So, Abhishek Manu Sangvi, who was actually listening to the case, who was presenting the DMK's case in the court, has gone ahead and asked these questions, the crucial questions being as to why the Speaker did not issue similar stand and why now did the Speaker take action against these 18 MLAs. If so, there should be an action against these 10 to 11 MLAs who had voted against or who did not even vote for the AIADMK during the floor test that was conducted on February 18th. So listening to the case, the judge has asked the Speaker to give a clarification on why this was not done, and also the case has been now posted to the 12th of October, Avantika. Meanwhile, it is seen that the other two cases, which is DMK's petition for a floor test as well as TTV Dinakaran MLAs requesting that the disqualification be made null and void. These two cases are now being proceeded inside the Madras High Court, and from what we're getting to know, TTV Dinakaran faction representatives are going ahead with the same line of argument stating that even in the case case that was there in Karnataka where MLAs were disqualified. A similar scenario had happened and those disqualifications were made null and void. So a similar stand has to be taken here as well is their plea. And meanwhile, the DMK has also gone ahead and said that till the 18 MLAs disqualification is clarified, there should not be an floor test in the state, and so all these 18 vacant MLA seats will remain vacant till the court makes a decision on this case now, Avantika.
It's interesting. Mukul Rohatgi is appearing for the Tamil Nadu Assembly Speaker. We have Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who's representing the TTV Dinakaran camp, but in the initial round of arguments that is presently going on, at least this would be some good news for TTV Dinakaran and the DMK, with the court asking those questions.
Certainly, Avantika, because it's seen that, the TTV Dinakaran faction has been left out from the entire pack of AIADMK. All that they have is 18 plus a few more MLAs and MPs supporting the TTV Dinakaran faction. At the same time, Sashikala's parole has been rejected for the first time, and now a second plea is going to be made. So they were facing a back-to-back crisis, and at this point, when the court has asked a question like this to the speaker, it seems like there will be a positive impact, at least in the TTV faction side, because these 18 MLAs who have been disqualified now have no other go other than to battle this out in the Madras High Court, or if not, they will be going ahead in the Supreme Court as well. So this is only like a step one before the next action plan. And meanwhile, with Sashikala's parole also going to be applied today, with all the necessary documents that they had missed out yesterday, things seem to be on a little bit of a positive side for TTV. And with Sashikala, if she gets the parole, that is, if she comes to Chennai, there will be a lot of support for TTV and Sashikala, and we might also see a few more MLAs making a horse trading scenario, is what we are being told by our sources now, Avantika.
Very interesting turn of events and information coming in from the Madras High Court. I'm going to keep coming back to you, but for now, I'll just have to thank you, Akshay, for getting us all that information. Meanwhile, AIADMK leader Sasikala's parole was also rejected on technical grounds and insufficient documents. The General Secretary of the party, who was removed by EPS-OPS, will be now moving a fresh plea. Jail authorities dismissed her parole plea yesterday, saying that it did not conform to the rules of the Karnataka jail manual. Sasikala's fresh application will now be scrutinized to see if it's going to be in tandem with the conditions under the emergency parole being granted to her. She has applied for a 15-day parole to attend to her ailing husband, who's critically ill. Sasikala's husband, M. Natarajan, in fact, has been hospitalized in a hospital in Chennai for the last 9 months. He is to undergo a liver transplant. He has been suffering from liver-kidney ailments. And if she does manage to get parole, she is likely to regain lost ground in AIADMK, as her ousted nephew, TTV Dinakaran, has been struggling to remain relevant in the party, who has been claiming the support of 18 MLAs. A point, in fact, that Akshaya was just talking, that her coming to Chennai will mean a lot for the feuding faction of the AIADMK, led by her nephew, TTV Dinakaran.